Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel. If you're fascinated by the traditions, secrets, and emotional moments of the British royal family, then today's story will leave you surprised, and perhaps a little nostalgic. Today, we bring you a deeply personal and poignant decision made by King Charles III, one that marks the end of an era and symbolizes the profound changes the monarch is facing. King Charles has officially retired from skiing, a lifelong passion he cherished for decades. But why has he made this decision now? What role did his health play in this unexpected announcement? And what does this reveal about the personal sacrifices the king continues to make as he battles a challenging diagnosis? Stay with us until the very end as we unveil the full story, from the king's earliest ski adventures as a teenager to his final decision to step away from the slopes. Along the way, we'll take you through royal family ski trips, hidden moments of joy in the snow, and the symbolic significance of Charles's love for the mountains. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story from the world of royalty. And, of course, we love hearing from you, so share your thoughts in the comments below. The news of King Charles III's decision to give up skiing came as an unexpected surprise. While the monarch is known for his enduring love of outdoor activities, from polo matches to countryside walks, skiing held a particularly special place in his heart. The announcement was made during a recent visit to the CIH wind factory in Middlesbrough. It was there, during a casual conversation with a Swiss employee, that the king uttered the words, "My skiing days are behind me." A simple phrase, yet one that carries a world of meaning. The remark was spontaneous but sincere, signaling the official end of a tradition that had spanned decades and brought countless cherished memories. But why did this moment feel so significant? To understand that, we need to travel back in time, to the snow-covered slopes of Switzerland, where a young prince first fell in love with the thrill of skiing. Stay with us. The story of this passion is just beginning. It was in the early 1960s when a 14-year-old Prince Charles experienced his first skiing adventure. The young royal was introduced to the sport during a family holiday to the Swiss Alps, where the pristine snow and crisp mountain air captured his imagination. Skiing wasn't merely a recreational activity for Charles. It was a gateway to freedom. Away from the structured life of palace protocols and royal responsibilities, the slopes offered a rare sense of liberation. Here, he was just Charles, a boy navigating the twists and turns of snowy descents, feeling the exhilaration of speed, and learning the importance of balance. As the years passed, his passion only grew. The Swiss ski resort of Klosters became a favorite destination, drawing Charles back year after year. It wasn't long before the locals came to regard him as more than just a visiting royal. In recognition of his devotion to the region, Swiss authorities named 2 cable cars in his honor, a tribute to a man who had become synonymous with Klosters' winter charm. But Charles's love for skiing wasn't a solitary pursuit. In fact, the slopes became a backdrop for some of the royal family's most memorable public moments. By the late 1970s, Charles's skiing adventures became more than just personal escapes. In 1981, after his marriage to Lady Diana Spencer, the newlyweds embarked on their own snowy getaways. Klosters transformed into the couple's romantic retreat, a place where the pressures of royal life momentarily faded away. Photographers captured candid images of the Prince and Princess of Wales playfully throwing snowballs and racing down the slopes. These lighthearted snapshots became media sensations, offering the public rare glimpses of the couple's carefree side. Yet, these trips were more than mere photo ops. For Charles, they were an opportunity to share his passion with his growing family. When Princes William and Harry came along, the tradition continued. Charles took immense pride in teaching his sons how to ski, guiding them down gentle slopes and encouraging them to embrace the joy of the outdoors. But beyond the smiles, a shadow loomed, one that would later influence Charles's decision to retire from the sport. While skiing brought immense joy to Charles's life, it also exposed him to the inherent dangers of the sport. In 1988, during one of his routine trips to Closters, tragedy struck. Charles and a group of friends were caught in an avalanche that swept down the Gotchnagrat mountain. Although the prince escaped unharmed, his close friend Major Hugh Lindsay, a former aide to the Queen, was killed. The incident sent shockwaves through the royal family and left Charles deeply shaken. From that day on, skiing was never quite the same. Though he continued to visit Closters, the memory of the avalanche lingered, serving as a stark reminder of the risks involved. As William and Harry grew older, skiing became an essential part of their childhood memories. The young princes were often seen giggling and tobogganing with their father, their brightly colored snowsuits standing out against the crisp, white landscape. But as Charles aged and his responsibilities grew, the frequency of these trips declined. The media, however, remained fascinated by the family's skiing tradition, capturing images of the teenage princes carving through the snow with the same enthusiasm their father once had. For Charles, these moments were precious. The ski slopes provided a rare environment where he could simply be Dad, not His Royal Highness. In early 2024, Buckingham Palace revealed that King Charles had been diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer. The discovery came after a routine procedure to treat an enlarged prostate, while palace officials reassured the public that the cancer was not prostate-related. The news still sent shockwaves across the globe. The king immediately began a regimen of weekly cancer treatments, a decision that significantly altered his daily routines. His public engagements were scaled back, and physical activities were minimized, skiing, of course, being one of the first to go. Skiing, with its demands on balance, core strength, and reflexes, was now a risk Charles could no longer take. His health team advised against any strenuous activities that could impact his treatment or recovery. Fast forward to February 2024. During his visit to Middlesbrough's CA Wind Factory, the king was warmly welcomed by staff eager to meet the monarch. Among the crowd was a Swiss employee who asked Charles about his skiing experiences. It was in that moment that the king shared his decision. His voice, though light-hearted, carried an unmistakable tone of finality. "My skiing days are behind me." The simplicity of the statement was striking. For a man who had spent decades navigating the steep inclines of the Alps, it was a quiet admission of the realities he now faced. But the day wasn't solely defined by this somber revelation. During the factory visit, a young admirer approached the king and handed him a handmade Valentine's Day card. The message inside? "You're the best king ever." The gesture brought an immediate smile to Charles's face. For a brief moment, the seriousness of the day melted away, replaced by genuine warmth. The card became a symbol of the public's unwavering support, a reminder that even as the king battles cancer and steps away from cherished pastimes, he remains deeply loved by his people. King Charles's retirement from skiing isn't merely about age or health. It reflects a broader shift in his life, from active prince to responsible monarch. The decision signifies the transition from physical pursuits to the mental and emotional demands of kingship. Skiing, for Charles, represented freedom and joy. Letting go of it is a sacrifice, but one he makes willingly to fulfill his royal duties. While skiing is off the table, Charles remains committed to his other passions: environmental advocacy, public engagements, and family time. He continues to champion sustainability projects across the UK and maintains close contact with charities focused on cancer research. As the king steps away from the slopes, he steps more firmly into his role as monarch, embodying resilience and dedication even in the face of personal challenges. Now, we turn it over to you. What are your thoughts on King Charles's decision to retire from skiing? Were you surprised by the announcement? And do you think he will find new ways to enjoy the outdoors despite his diagnosis? Share your opinions in the comments below. We read every single one. And remember, Like this video if you enjoyed the story, subscribe to stay updated on royal news, drop a comment, and let us know what you think. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay curious, stay royal, and stay with us for more fascinating stories from the world of royalty.